Good morning, it's me. I'm back. I'm Stephanie Flass, Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm coming to you live Wednesday morning, January 31. Holy cow. Oh, it's crazy. How did a month go away already of the new year? Okay, so I'm on Facebook Live right now, and later this will be posted to YouTube. So you can follow me on YouTube, actually, or follow me on Facebook at facebook.com/Dazzled by Stamping. That's where my business page is. And I always find hairs out of place once I get on here. Good morning, Carrie. So any other time you can find me on my website at dazzledbystamping.com. You can find classes and samples and, hi Janet, and all sorts of things there. Information about my team or becoming a team member. And anyway, so we have that going. So I'm going to refresh my screen a second so that I can see comments on my screen, even when my phone is down. Hi, Nancy. And Marlene. Good morning. So glad to see you. And I need a drink already. Just a second. So I realized yesterday that I still hadn't done my drawing for Hostess Appreciation, and my winner for people who were doing my I Spy camera. I Spy with my little camera for taking pictures. I forgot to do that. So I'm going to do that later today, and I will announce the winner later today and contact you. Hi, Dot. Thanks for joining us. I appreciate that. So let's see. So today I'm going to, I better think of any reminders. So we have one more month of celebration. So a celebration is a time when you get to earn freebies. I love it. Even if you're not a hostess, you get freebies. So you need a $50 order or increments of $50 to get free items from the celebration brochure. That goes through February 29. And also, it's an awesome time to join my team because, thanks, Dot, because you have two options that are bonuses for your starter kit. One is an extra $30 of product added to your starter kit. And the other is you can choose something called a glass mat studio. It's shown in the back of the celebration brochure. And, oh, yay, Carson's napping. Hi, Marcia. It's a $60 value, actually, and you can choose it as a bonus on your starter kit. So if you like that sort of thing, that's an amazing deal. And, of course, being part of my team allows you to come to my team meetings. Just a sec. Team meetings and join in other team activities, and you get a 20% discount, at least 20% discount on your orders. Hi, Cindy. So we just like getting together, so that's an awesome thing. And there is no requirement as far as like doing classes during Facebook Lives or anything like that. You can just be your own happy customer if that's what you'd prefer. That's an awesome deal too. Thanks for sharing, Marlene. So anyway, that is going on through the end of February. If you have questions, let me know. And hi, Mario. What else is going on? Oh, I still have time to register for my hubby's Valentine's class. I just think that sounds like a fun class. Have you told your hubbies about it? It just sounds like fun to me. So that registration ends on the 6th. The class is on the 13th. And I also have a Stamp-A-Stat coming up, so there's time to register for that. Okay, so I'm going to head over to my randomizer. If you're new to me, my randomizer is what I call my random drawing for people who engage with me, who chat with me during my live. And what I make, I give away typically. We have, I think we have chocolate from last week. Yeah, we have a treat container, a diaper fold treat container, and a cool origami gift card holder. So I gotta find there's my Post-it notes. I knew they were here close. I just had to relocate them. Okay, so I enter all the names that were with me last week, and I'm gonna press start, and it's looking now. Marcia Hill, you are my winner. I'm not giving you this chocolate. You already have some chocolate sitting here waiting, I believe. And so I'm going to wait. I'm going to give you the other item. So congratulations, Marcia Hill, on your winning streak. All right. And pick another name and start. All right, this one's for the chocolate, but you have to be able to come get it. Oh, no, Nancy Olson won the chocolate. She can't come get it. All right, I'm picking another name. I'm sorry, Nancy. Picking another name. Dot. Alligary, you are my winner. I have something else sitting here for you, too, that you have to come pick up. Now you have two things. There must be chocolate in the first one, too. Because otherwise, it wouldn't still be sitting here. Because I've been doing okay getting my stuff out. So congratulations, girls. Sorry, Marlene, no chocolate for you. Okay, so who says I can't come there? I mean, for chocolate. Well, I know you got a lot on your plate right now, Nancy. So I doubt that I don't even remember how many. It's more than 5 hours to get here, right? I feel like yours is more like 8. I just know you're not traveling that far. Okay, so I'm ready to 8 to 10. Yeah, that for a measly little thing of chocolate, that's not gonna happen, I know. Maybe for other reasons, but not just for winning a piece of chocolate. Okay, so I'm gonna start with my right. Exactly, Marlene. Didn't you go through a winning streak for a while too? Marcia's just on it lately. Okay, so I have 2 projects that I want to show you today. They're fairly simple, and you've seen probably these products before. I have some small little techniques to show you, and they're just nice cards. So the first one that I'm going to do, I know I showed you this fairly recently. It's Quiet Reflection is what I'm using. This is from the mini catalog, and it's a thinking of you. It's basically a sympathy sort of stamp set, but there's also just a you're on my mind. So if you don't want it for sympathy, you can use it for that. But it's just a very, like the scene is just pretty. I like it. And so both of these cards that I'm doing today, I did for my, my All Occasions card class last night. So sometimes I have to be honest with you. Doing my Facebook Lives is one of my favorite things to do with my customers and with whoever's out there listening. It's one of my favorite things to do, but it's also one of the things that I don't like the most. Because I never well, sometimes I have it in my mind, sort of what I'm going to do, but I never prepare for it until the night before. And sometimes I'm just like, oh, what am I going to do? So we're doing these cue cards. Well, I mean, I guess they're cute, but they're more like pretty, I guess. We're doing these cue cards. And I'm using the Let's Go Fishing designer paper, which is sort of crazy, except that you can use the backs for it too. It doesn't have to be fishing. So I'm going to show you just with my, what do we call this again? It's not a sampler. What did I call it? Swatch book. That's what it is. Okay. So this designer paper is from the full catalog. So here, I sort of like the masculine, I can't even turn the pages of it. The masculine kind of look. So obviously there's lures, there's stripes, and more lures. I haven't used the lures at all. There's, I don't know what you call this, sort of a plaid, I don't know. Good morning, hi Jamie. Oh, that's annoying. I assume this is like a nautical map or something. There's more fish line, or fishing poles and lines. Fish and net. And then this is sort of a wood looking background. So anyway, that's the designer paper that I'm going to use today. So I'm going to put you down. I have to use my magic wand, backwards you, upside down you, and put you down here. Okay, so we are good. Okay, so the first thing that I want to do is stamp my scene. So this is a reflection kind of scene, and I'm using all kinds of blues, as you can see. This one is boho blue. This is one of the in colors. This is Night of Navy, but I'm stamping with Misty Moonlight. So I'm going to ink this up. I sort of go all over my pad. I don't know if you get in the habit of doing that or not. Sometimes there's a blank, a drier spot on it, so I like to go around. So we're going to go right on here. Hi, Sharon. I'm glad that you made it today. So for this stamp, when we stamped last night, one of my people was struggling with like getting the center. And so you do sort of need to press the center too. I don't have a cushion under here. Here we go. You just bought this stamp set, didn't you, Sharon? The Quiet Reflections. I'm making a card today. So this is Misty Moonlight. So you need to make sure that you press the center of it too, so that you get a good image. Oh, I was starting to say, or was going to say, I don't know if I started or not. This is Cling stamp set, red rubber. So there is cushion, so I don't have any cushion underneath my surface here. So while well, it doesn't really matter this time if it's wet or not. I'm using Wink of Stella. And I want to put, I don't remember if I did this the last time I used this or not, but it's just sort of what it makes me think to do. This is Wink of Stella. And so on what's supposed to be the water, I'm making it shimmer. Can you guys see the shimmer when I turn it? Missed a bunch because of a phone call. Beautiful in the blues. Oh, Marsha, you probably missed that I called your name. You won again, and I decided I was not giving you the chocolate because you have chocolate already waiting here. So you have a gift card holder that's waiting for you here. So it was mostly me gabbing. You can see the shimmer. I was going to say the same to you, Marlene. Oh, I don't know what Marlene said. Anyway, so I love this look when I'm trying to get the water kind of thing. Okay, so I'm just going to set that aside for the moment. And I'm going to do the words. So the words I'm doing in Night of Navy. And I'm just going to do You're on My Mind. So if you don't have a need for well, you still could use this for a sympathy. You're on My Mind. But if you don't have a need for sympathy, I'm not going to say sorry for your loss. So it's a really fine font. I had to work with it a little bit to make sure that I was getting it all because, I don't know, it just wasn't quite... It wasn't stamping right if I wasn't holding it just right. All right, You're on My Mind. Okay. Oh, sorry. This was a 1 3/4 inch punch. We do have, you won't find them in the catalog, but we do have them. If you go to the website and search circle punches, you'll find some. We have what's called, if you haven't watched in a while or haven't watched me ever, we have something called online exclusives. So there are items that we still sell but are not in catalogs, and some of our circle punches are some of them. So we have the 1 3/4, 2 inch, and must be 2 1/4. Yeah, 2 1/4 inch circle punch are online exclusives, but we also in the full catalog have 2 3/8. So I have this, and what I want to do to this, I just want to make it look different. So I'm going to get my finger in my ink, of course. I'm going to use blending brushes, and I'm going to pick up some of the Misty Moonlight, and I'm going to go off and then go on to my piece. And I was first thinking that maybe I wanted to do the edges, and then I just ended up doing the whole thing. So I didn't want it to be a stark white, and I didn't want to put a layer behind it because I was wanting this to be a simpler card, just a punching card, not have, and I didn't want it to have a big border. Anyway, it's just what I wanted to do. So I have You're on My Mind, just with the Misty Moonlight blended on there. Okay. Now, before I put everything else together, I'm going to do one more thing. And this is sort of, it's a really simple thing, but it's funny what it adds to the card. I want more color here, but I don't want more layers. And it's just going to be a subtle thing, and maybe you wouldn't even notice it on the card, but it does help it stand out a little bit. So I'm taking my designer paper, and I'm actually just brushing the edge of it right on my ink pad. Now, I'm not picking up the ink pad. I used to do this, and sometimes I still would. I would go like this, but I'm not really looking for more onto the designer paper. I'm just looking for it to be right at the edge. And I'm going to show you, maybe I'm going to show you the difference. Okay. I don't know if you can see this because there's like shadows or whatever. But can you see that I did this side and this side in the ink? But I did not do the top and the right. So it just makes it stand out just a little bit. All right, now I'm going to do the other two sides. I just wanted to show you the difference. Now, one thing you do need to be careful of is because you're going right to the ink pad, sometimes it might be wetter. So let it dry a little bit before you're really touching it, because it sort of can pool on there like that. Okay, done with stamping. So I'm going to put use my silicone mat. Can you see the edge on the white too? I can. I don't know if it's too far away for you too. All right, I'm going to attach this to my Night of Navy. Whoops, I moved it. It stuck to my fingers. Okay, attaching my designer paper to my card base. Okay, now some people might want to line up this, like where the reflection starts with the top of this, but I don't want to. I want it just off from that. I don't know why. It's just what I want. Yes, very subtle. Okay, and then we're going to use dimensionals on this piece. 1, 2, 3. We're just going to put it right here. So here's my card. Now I'm going to add a little bit of bling. Okay, so I'm using the Tinsel Gems 3-pack. So this blue, I put a couple on here. They were the only blue that I had, Misty Moonlight actually, that I had left from another pack. So I'm going to pick up these two that I just transferred. So I want 2 big right here. And then I just want a small one down here. And that's it. There's my card. So a really good masculine card too. You wouldn't have to use You're on My Mind unless the person is. Thank you. I'm glad that you like it. Thanks so much. Hi, Lenny. So fairly simple card and masculine, and it's good for that. Okay, so I'm done with this. I'll put this aside. Thank you. I'm glad that you love it. Okay, so did you catch all the colors? I think that I said it, but I'll just go over it again. I'm glad you like the colors. So this is Boho Blue. That's one of the in colors. Night of Navy. And then I actually stamped and did the edges with Misty Moonlight. And then also these, the gems are Misty Moonlight. And the sponging. Or the brushing, blending brush. Love the trees, don't you? Yes, I do love the trees, Marlene. They look similar to another set of trees that I always loved, just with a reflection. That was a fun set to make your own reflection without having it already on the stamp. That was good. Okay. Now the next stamp set that I'm using, well, I'll show you the stamp set in a minute. What I'm doing first is I'm using the designer paper from Celebration. We use this at Dot's having a little hissy fit. For those of you who don't know, we like to tease Dot because she used to say that she didn't like Lovely as a tree because everybody used it, everybody had it, everybody loved it. And then when it retired, I think it was Marlene. It was either her idea or she actually bought the set, the retired set from me, and we gave it to Dot for just because. It was pretty funny. Okay, so these are from the Celebration designer paper. It's called Softly Stippled, and I've been loving it, and I saw an amazing design. I think I sort of made it my own, but I totally copied this design from somebody. So what I'm doing, actually, you know that I love, or you probably know that I love, we love you, Dot. The postage dies. These, I don't think I hope to have the whole pack over here. It's hiding somewhere. So these go with the Perennial Postage is the name of the stamp set. And it goes with the lavender. It's part of the Perennial Lavender Suite. So I'm going to use these dies with this designer paper. And I'm going to grab my mini boss a second. And I'm going to, I already have my capital E made here. The stems of the capital E need to go in first. So I'm going to put these on here. I'm going to turn them because you don't want the wall to go through of this either. And normally we just do one layer, but because it's designer paper, I can get away with it. And so I'm putting 3 in. 3 is really pushing it. It would work really well with 2. But I'm doing 3 and it cut fine. So, and it bounces hard like that. So I ran it through. Oh good, it still cut through fine. I was afraid that my machine was gonna be like, nope, not today. All right, so here's all my pieces. I cut off most of my coral. That's annoying. All right. So I'm going to make this a landscape card. You guys all know what the difference between landscape and portrait. So landscape is this. Landscape or horizontal. Portrait is this, or vertical. So when I make a card like it is that I'm going to be making, well, I like to use long sayings, but I'm going to do this part first, and then I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so this is going to go on here like this. I want, oops, not upside down though. I want the color in between the two, like, and there's multiple colors here, and there's just single colors here, basically. So I'm going to use dimensionals again with this. So I'm going to flip them over. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I'm going to peel all the backings off and put it down. By the way, this is this color is Calypso Coral, in case you can't tell. That is underneath these pieces. 1, 2, 3. So what I'm going to do to put these on here, oops, is do both outside edges, making sure that they have, oh, that's the way, making sure that they have an even border basically on the side and the top and bottom. And then I can do the center. All right, so here's a piece that is going to go on my card base, which is just going to be white. Hi, Dina. I'm glad you're here, even though you're late. I'm almost done with my second card. I guess I'm being quick today. That's crazy. Okay, so I'm using linen thread, and I need to find the end. And I need it to be long, actually. Where's the end? I lost it. I had it last night. There it is. I need it to be long. And I decided with how I'm doing it, because I'm going around the card twice, actually. I want 24 inches. So I'm just showing you a quick trick. This needs to go back on here. A quick trick for doing that. So I have my 12-inch ruler here, and I'm going to put the end on one end and go on the ruler and come back on the other end of the ruler, and then I can cut it. So sometimes if you're doing lots of inches like that, you can just keep wrapping around here and cutting it. So I could do it here, but I don't have it long enough. Anyway, I don't know. I had my ruler out and it made me think of it. I think when it's most helpful is when you're doing lots of 12-inch pieces, because you can keep wrapping and then cut at one end and then at the other end to cut through all the layers. Okay, so I'm laying it on here. It wants to roll. And I'm wrapping once and twice. And then I'm doing just a knot. So I was realizing, so when I saw this, it was, I'm casing a design from Mary Fish. She didn't have this added color behind it, but I liked it, and it made the card seem doable. Her design was a little bit less doable, I feel like. Okay, so I'm trimming this, and I want to slide it. It's not, the knot isn't where I want it to be. Let's see if I can do this. Seems really flimsy or something, so it's not doing it for me. There we go. Okay. So this is going to go on my white card base. And I'm going to, but first, before I do this, okay, so this is going to go on here like this, but I want a greeting down here. So there's a couple different stamp sets that have long greetings. This one has a few of them. Yeah, last night we used Wishing You the Happiest of Birthdays from Charming Sentiments. There's lots of sentiments in here. This is one of those. I don't think this one's bundled anymore because it was in the catalog last year, but it has dies to be able to cut out all of the words, so you don't just have to stamp it on a piece. You can actually have it be a mounted piece on your card. But I thought of this one too, and I decided I wanted to go with, this is Happy Labels. I decided I wanted to go with Life is Better with You, because that can be, well, it could be a Valentine's card if you wanted it to be. So that was part of why I wanted to share this set too. So maybe you have this stamp set, because it was either, no, it wasn't a Celebration set. It must have come out the same time as Celebration last year, because I think we used this. You don't have to have a stamp that says Happy Valentine's Day to make a Valentine's Day card. I don't usually buy Valentine's sets, but Life is Better with You is a perfect saying for a card like that. There's no one like you. I remember saying last year that can be a good thing and a bad thing. Or I just want to hug you. Anyway, I like that all these are longer, and I do need cushion under this one. Putting cushion under here. Okay, so I have mounted Life is Better with You, and I'm using Memento, because when you use photopolymer, you should use Memento unless you're going to clean your stamp immediately, always, because StazOn is solvent-based, and it can ruin your photopolymer stamps. I always test it. You probably get sick of me saying that, but I always test my stamp when I'm using photopolymer and black, because the black is fabric and it was not made for each other. So Life is Better with You is at the bottom. And then I'm going to flip this over and just put adhesive on the top and bottom. Oops. My knot got twisted or something. So this is going to go on here. So there's one more thing to put on here. And I don't remember when I used this, so I don't know if I've shown you this. I can see that I had used some. This is a hider, if you ask me, in the celebration brochure. These are opaque faceted gems. And there's Calypso Coral, and I think this is Pool Party, but it could be Lost Lagoon. It could go with either. And this is either copper clay or brown pecan pie. Oh, I said brown sugar. That was a few years ago. Anyway, this is a freebie that you can choose as your with your $50 order. And I'm going to use it on here. So I'm going to put one here. Oops, I had it and then I lost it. A small one here, and I'd do another small one. These stick really well to this for some reason. I don't know why I struggle with this so much. My Take Your Pick tool isn't doing so great. I feel like it's operator error. And there's my card. So this is sort of cased. Like I said, this was not, the coral was not on here for Mary's. So this was cased. And this would be a lovely Valentine's card for somebody. You could write Happy Valentine's Day inside. You don't have to have it stamped on there. So there it is. I know I love the colors in this this pack of designer paper, which is also something you can get free as a celebration item. Okay, so I'm done stamping, so I'm going to put you guys up. So upside down you, put you backwards again, and lift you up. Okay, so here is the card that I just made. It looks like it's being weird. And then, and then here is thank you. And then here's the first one that I did. Lots of blues on this one. Okay, so I showed you a couple of celebration items that you can choose, but also I showed you things from the mini catalog and from the full catalog. So you can use all sorts of things together. And I still love the embellishments that we have in the catalog right now are amazing. I just love them. So whether it's our current one or the mini catalog or the full catalog, we just have really pretty embellishments. They're amazing. Okay, was there anything else? Oh, excuse me. I told you about celebration. I told you about a couple classes that I have open for registration. We have retreat next week. That's not something that you can register for anymore, but we have it next Saturday. I'm excited for it. And let's see. I think nap time. Yeah, exactly. I just saw Slow Connection, so I don't know if you guys got dumped or anything like that, but sorry. So I better get going. So thank you so much for joining me today. Let me know if you have any questions or need anything. Did any husbands sign up for class? No, not yet. I had somebody ask about it and ask about doing extras for moms also. I'm still hopeful that people will. So registration is open until Tuesday, the 6th. So I would love to have you or them. Thank you so much for joining me, and have a great week. And I will see you again next Wednesday at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. I told Ken about the chocolate. I think you would enjoy a road trip. He might enjoy a road trip to the grocery store.